A suspect has been arrested in the murder of trans woman Royal Poetical Starz. In a time when justice is too often elusive for trans women and men who are attacked simply for being who they are, there's a small bit of good news tonight. In this week's SFGN, online now and on stands tomorrow, my colleague Christina Lily has the latest on the murder of South Florida's Royal Poetical Starz. 28-year-old Devon Russel Jr. faces several charges, including second-degree murder. He was arrested in Polk County after a Crime Stoppers tip alerted deputies. He will be brought back to Miami Dade. We still don't know how or even if they knew each other. Now, a trial won't bring her back, but it can bring her justice, and that's more than many of the 50-plus trans or gender non-conforming people killed just last year will ever get. Magnifying the tragedy of Royal Poetical Starz is not just the brutality — she was shot in the face several times — but the fact that we didn't even learn about her murder until more than a week after. Police said a male was found and then dead-named her. That meant the people closest to her had no idea where she was or what happened, and it intensifies the isolation, the loneliness of her death. South Florida Gay News will follow this story to make sure that justice comes for Royal Poetical Starz. And when I was on the way over here, I was thinking about this story, and Johnny Cash's song came on that said, "You can run for a long time, but sooner or later, God's going to cut you down." And that just resonates with me tonight.
But that's the thing, John, that not always does God cut you down, okay? Like for this story, hopefully there will be some justice for Royal, you know? Too many times the person's never caught, right? And I come from the world of snitches get stitches, okay? You don't tell on people on your block, but we have to change that shit. And I'm saying it just like that because we've got to be there for our trans brothers and sisters. If we see something, we have to say something. And I know that sounds bleh, but it's the only way to get justice for our black and brown brothers and sisters that are freaking being killed every day. I'm tired of doing these stories.
And I'd like to say, really is justice would be Royal still alive.
Yes.
This is accountability. And that's what we're asking for, accountability, because she would still be with us, and she's not.
Yes, justice being served. The possibility of that is an important part of this.
You know, if we have any difficulty understanding the violence that we're talking about, not only the death, clearly, this is murder, but the violence and the violent act of this. Imagine me, white, privileged face, being shot in the face over and over and over again because of hate. And then in my death, being shot in my face over and over and over again, found and not identified correctly by law enforcement for over a week, where my family and my friends have no idea what's happened to me. That is unimaginable in America, except if you're a trans person or a trans woman of color. And you know, the other second note that washes over me on this story from SFGN is, do you know when the first violent murder on a trans woman of color has taken place in 2022? Do you know when it was?
No.
At 4:30 in the morning on January 1st. We're going to go through the entire year of racing for another record. That's what the trans community has to look forward to this year.
Wow.
LGBTQ plus news is vital for our community and for the broader world as a whole. We have enough enemies at Fox News. Tucker, Sean, and Laura are loud. We need passionate allies. Happening Out Television Network, Queer News Tonight, and It's Happening Out are literally out of the closet and into the headlines. Our community needs your support. Like this broadcast and subscribe now to ensure the growth of the entire LGBTQ